Hi everyone, this is just a quick remote. I'm just ready to go to sleep, but I have been trying to meditate a little bit more about the scandals going on in Hollywood. People had asked me if I could go back and look at Sean Diddy Combs and some of the people that were associated with him. You know, out of sight, out of mind. Just because you're working alongside him or you've been at an event. I've been at events with Sean Diddy Combs. I was at a Lakers, I was sitting behind him at a Lakers game. He used to come and get medical consults at Earth Bar where I worked as the physician. These were people in my sphere. People always ask me about Hollywood. How do you know certain things? Because I was an insider in Hollywood because I was the doctor that people came to get help. But just because I hung out in the same sphere as Sean Diddy Combs, it doesn't mean that I was going to parties and it was involved in the dark side. People are not going to necessarily bring you into those kinds of things unless they think you're interested or they think that for whatever reason they can get you sucked into it. Also, I think that there's an aspect of naivety. We might know that Sean Diddy Combs is powerful. He certainly was powerful. We felt his power, but that doesn't necessarily mean we knew everything or anything that was going on. So don't assume that everybody knew the full details. In terms of the remote views, it looks to me like the reason why the United States government kept him around as an informant was because he was supplying information about drug routes and drug dealers and cartels. He was an FBI informant that was supplying information to the United States about how drugs were being shipped to the U.S. via certain cartels. And so for that reason, they let him get away with a lot of stuff because he would bring his drugs in, he would be associated with certain people, and then he would slip information to the feds about who was selling what and how the stuff was coming into the United States. And when his cover was blown, when the reports started coming out and the evidence about just how many people had evidence against him, how many people had gone to the feds to report on him, it became apparent to the feds that they couldn't continue to cover for him, that they were going to eventually have to prosecute him. That's what it looks like to me as a remote viewer. So when they thought that he was coming in and giving them valuable information about people deep inside the cartels, and how they were shipping drugs and how the drugs were coming in, Sean Diddy Combs was of value to the feds. But it got to a point where his escapades were so out of control and there were so many people coming forward that they knew they couldn't protect him anymore. And at that point, they felt like they were going, they have a lot of informants. At that point, they gave up Sean Diddy Combs. There are other people that were cooperating, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Usher, etc. There are people that are giving federal testimony, and I'll do more work on that for you folks as I go along. But what I can say to you as a remote viewer was that they were no longer able to protect him from himself, that he simply got too out of hand, that he became too boisterous, that he had too many people reporting on him. And at that point, they could not continue to protect him. And at that point, the feds turned on him. That's what it looks like. All right, thank you everyone for your interest in this channel. If you're trying to get in for a reading, please check the information below. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.